America is often seen through bright lights, big cities, loud dreams, famous faces. But behind every glowing skyline, behind every moving street, behind every moment that feels automatic, there are people you never see. Not on television, not in magazines, not in history books. Yet without them,
Night shift's all yours.
America would
Got it.
stop.
Stay safe.
This is not the America of celebrities. This is not the America of presidents or billionaires. This is the America of invisible workers. People whose jobs exist in silence. People whose names are never spoken. People who operate the systems that keep millions of lives flowing. Today, we enter the hidden side of work in the United States, the invisible jobs of America.
This is the unseen workforce, the invisible jobs of America.
Every night, when cities begin to sleep, another America wakes up. In rooms with no windows, under buildings no one notices, behind screens no one questions, people begin their shifts. Some of them monitor emergency frequencies. They listen to heartbeats carried through wires. They hear fear before anyone sees it. They hear danger before it arrives. They do not wear uniforms people recognize. They do not receive applause, but their voices decide who survives the night. Elsewhere, deep inside buildings that never appear on postcards, others are watching moving dots on glowing maps. Airspace, shipping routes, digital traffic, energy flow. They don't fly planes. They don't drive trucks. They don't walk the streets. Yet they guide everything. A quiet error from them can redirect a city. A small delay can stop a nation. A single decision can change thousands of lives, but their faces remain unknown. Some invisible jobs are not about machines. They are about people. There are Americans whose work is to listen, not casually, professionally. They listen to trauma, to loneliness, to final words, to voices that have nowhere else to go. They absorb stories that would break most minds. Then they return home, cook dinner, laugh with family, while carrying other people's pain in silence. No uniform shows what they hold inside. No title explains what they hear. Yet they are among the emotional infrastructure of America. There are workers whose entire careers exist underground, beneath sidewalks, beneath schools, beneath government buildings. They manage tunnels, they inspect water arteries, they protect data cables, they repair heat veins. Most Americans walk every day over complex worlds they will never know exist. Beneath their feet are systems older than some cities, some fragile, some dangerous, some powerful enough to shut entire regions down. The people who protect these spaces work without sunlight, without recognition, without witnesses. If they fail, the surface world panics. If they succeed, no one notices. Some invisible jobs are hidden in plain sight, inside offices that look empty, inside warehouses that seem automated, inside buildings that appear quiet. There are people who name colors, who design sounds, who test smells, who shape the feelings of products long before anyone touches them. There are Americans whose full-time work is to decide how comfort feels, how danger sounds, how safety looks, how hunger is triggered. You hear their work in notification tones. You see their work in warning signs. You feel their work in packaging, lighting, and silence, but you never meet them. Some invisible jobs exist at the edge of society, where laws fade, where structures thin, where safety becomes personal. There are people who locate missing things no one believes can be found, people who enter digital ruins, people who study patterns of human error, people who screen what the public is never allowed to see. They step into aftermaths, into abandoned spaces, into forgotten systems. They erase traces, restore order, prevent chaos from becoming visible. When they finish, it is as if nothing ever happened, and that is exactly the point. There are invisible workers who prepare for futures that may never come. They simulate disasters, they model collapse, they rehearse failures, they build responses to events no one wants to imagine. They ask quiet questions. What if this system disappears? What if that city goes dark? What if this signal stops? What if everything fails at once? Their job is not optimism. Their job is readiness. And the better they perform, the less the public ever hears their names. There are Americans whose entire careers exist between moments, between a click and a response, between a shipment and a shelf, between a crisis and calm, between sickness and care. They coordinate movements, balance flows, absorb shocks. They are human buffers. They prevent friction from becoming disaster. And because they succeed, the world feels smooth. Every society has famous workers. America also has necessary ones. The invisible jobs are not glamorous. They do not trend. They are not celebrated, but they form the nervous system of the nation. They sense, they transmit, they respond, they repair. They operate where attention does not go. They work where cameras are not allowed. They live in the background of history. So the next time a city feels alive, remember that much of its life is hidden. The next time a system works effortlessly, remember that effort is happening somewhere you cannot see. The next time nothing goes wrong, understand that someone prevented it. America is not only built by what you notice, it is sustained by what you never will. This is the unseen workforce, the invisible jobs of America. And while their names may never be spoken, their presence is everywhere.
This is the unseen workforce, the invisible jobs of America.